tea. Still very hot. But that's okay. So I don't really know what this video is gonna be. But I recently stumbled across this video on YouTube by this creator named Doobie and Gooby. It's either Doobie and Gooby or Gooby and Doobie. I'm sorry for messing it up. But it was just this 40-minute long video where this man was talking about his career progression and why he decided he didn't want to be a neurosurgeon anymore, and he's taken a lot of time off to reassess and find himself, and it was really beautiful. And he had this nice like nature backdrop, like he was just kind of walking around. But 10 minutes into the video, I realized that it wasn't edited at all. He left in all of the stutters and the filler phrases and the ums and the ands, and I don't know, it was just so refreshing to see someone just unapologetically take up digital space, I guess. And yeah, that whole 40 minutes, I watched the entire video, and the whole 40 minutes was him just kind of processing this chapter in his life and in real time. And I thought there was something really special about that, and being invited into that process as a viewer. And so I wanted to try that out for myself, because I've made a lot of really big changes in my life in the last few months. And usually when I make a video like this, I edit it down to hell. But I wanted to challenge myself to take up space, leave the messy stuff in between, the pondering in between, the filler phrases in between, leave room for silence, and just see what happens. Yeah, and I'll have his video linked somewhere so you can watch it. And yeah, I wanted to film this in a nice, like, natural backdrop like he did too. That sounded like a fun time, but it's 95 degrees outside, and I was like, maybe not. So I just kind of zhuzhed up my living room a little bit. But yeah, where to begin? Like I said, I have made a lot of changes in my life over the last few months. I mean, gosh, starting actually really late December, I had set the intention that I wanted to go on tour. I just had this vague inkling that was something that I wanted to happen in 2026. And I didn't know how to make a tour happen. It was just this vague hunch that I had, that it was something I wanted to do. Flash forward a month, and I get an email in my inbox from this wonderful organization called Music Export Memphis, and it's the application for their Ambassador Access Program, which is designed to help artists who've never toured get out on the road for the first time. I was gagged. When that email dropped in my inbox, I was gagged. Like, I am a pretty, like, hippy-dippy spiritual person, but that is one of the first and only times in my life where I feel like I actively, like, manifested something. It was just too big of a coincidence for it to be nothing. So I applied, and I had a really good feeling about it, and I got in, and I just got back from the first leg of the tour, which was incredible, but also, like, I feel like I haven't even fully emotionally processed that happened. I was like, yeah, I was out of town playing shows for some reason. It felt like it was just like a field trip or something. Like, I haven't, like, I don't know. Nothing feels real right now. And we leave on the 31st for the second leg of the tour. And I don't know that things will feel any more real than, that's just, like, my life right now just does not feel real. And that's probably my lack of grounding. I could definitely be grounding a bit more. I feel like I've just been in woo-woo cloud land for the last few months, but yeah, so there's that. That's one big thing that's happened in my life recently. What else? I've been rolling out my EP. Y'all already know that. I've been doing that very publicly. But I think this was the first year where I was, like, actively promoting my music in a substantial way. And, you know, obviously when you share things online, you want people to find it and engage with it. But, like, the reception to the songs I've been putting out and the engagement has been way better than I was predicting. So that was really awesome. So thank you for all the love and support on the music I've been releasing recently. There's more to come. I just actually recently approved the final master of the last song that needs to go on the EP. So I just gotta do a few more small things and then I can submit that for release. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be able, well, one, to have the EP out in the world, yes, but also I'm excited to, like, shift my attention to a new project. I've already got some ideas for a full-length album that I want to do, so yeah. There's that. And then I shaved my head. I did that pretty publicly, so yeah, now it's just, I've just been growing it out and have been enjoying seeing what it looks like in the different phases. This stage is really fun. I do like my hair a lot at this length. I feel like it suits me, and it naturally, you can't really tell in this video, but it naturally kind of goes spiky, and I just think it's fun. Someone asked me the other day if I style it that way on purpose, and I got to be like, no, it's all natural. And also somebody said that I looked like the mom from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and I was like, you know, I'll take it. She was a cool mom. She was a cool mom, and she was a full-time musician, so, you know, I'll take it. And also she meant it as a compliment. Yeah, so there's that. And then, I mean, with the hair change, I feel like it's been forcing me to confront how I feel about different beauty standards, and I don't know. I've still got some unlearning and unconditioning to do in that field. It's a bit challenging, but I mean, also I'm trying to be patient and compassionate toward myself, because that's literally, like, I'm dismantling 26 years of beauty standard conditioning. It's hard to not cave into this compulsion to be perceived as beautiful all the time. And you know, chopping all your hair off is certainly a statement about that. And I still don't really know what kind of statement I was making by chopping off my hair, other than it was just something I wanted to do. And I think people should be able to do whatever they want to do as long as it's not harming anyone else. But I don't know. It's just been interesting because I feel like other people have been projecting their own meaning onto me shaving my hair. And I mean, I guess I feel like me shaving off my hair, the act of doing that has made me into a mirror for other people to work through things that they need to work through. I don't know. It had a much bigger footprint and response online than I was expecting, and I'm happy to have helped some people out by doing that, but also in some ways it's a little weird when people, not weird, I don't know, it's just interesting when people project their own experiences onto something that you just kind of did. But if shaving my hair off helped you in some kind of way, I'm glad. It just is. It's growing out. I like it, whatever. I've talked about this ad nauseum, and I'll probably stop talking about it after this. But yeah. So I also moved into a new place. My boyfriend and I moved in together a few months ago, and I like to keep my personal life pretty private, so I don't talk about him that much, but it's been pretty wonderful. I like our place a lot. We have a dedicated music room, which I feel very privileged and grateful and excited to have. And that's been going really well. This is another aspect of my life that just does not feel real at all, and I think it's just because there's been so much going on that it doesn't feel like we've found our normal daily rhythms and routines, I guess. Like I said, I just came back from tour. I traveled a bunch in June. I went on my first solo international trip in June. So this today is the first day where I kind of have had a taste of what my new normal life kind of looks like, I guess. My boyfriend is off at work, and I'm just kind of chilling. I don't know why it's so scary. It feels so scary to say this. But I guess I'm officially admitting on the internet that I quit my 9-to-5 job, and I am officially a full-time musician. I did that in early this month, and again, another, it also just doesn't feel real. I feel like I keep waiting for a random moment uh, in the day when the world stops around me and this like sweeping of emotion knocks me on my ass and I finally contend with the decisions I've made and I have this deep feeling of, oh shit, I'm a full-time musician now. I'm literally living my dream. But it just... I feel like my body just still doesn't feel like it's real. And it's been almost a whole month now. And granted, for a chunk of that, I was preparing for and or on tour, so that'll, keep you busy. But I just, like... Yeah. I guess I just keep waiting for my life to feel real. But the more things I change in my life, the less it feels real. And maybe that's normal? I don't know. I don't know. And, like, I'm not really concerned about it. I feel like I'm doing well. I recognize that I came into this position with a lot of privilege. And I'm talking, like, from the ground up. I grew up with a ton of privilege. I grew up in an upper middle class home. Money was never something I really had to worry about growing up or really even had a sense of growing up. I feel like my parents did a really great job making me feel like there was always enough. And that's not to say they always had it easy. I am the child of immigrants, and they had the classic rags to riches American success story. And I got to kind of grow up on the heels of that. And I got to go to the college I wanted to, and study what I wanted to, and I got to work an actually pretty decent and great corporate job for the last 4 years. I do feel really grateful for that position I had. I feel like it taught me a lot. And it allowed me to comfortably build up a little nest egg so that I could quit and figure out how to be a full-time musician. So I guess I'm just really grateful for the random lot of luck that my life has dealt me. I'm lucky to have grown up in the home that I did and in the specific set of circumstances that I did. I'm lucky for my corporate job, and everything I learned from that. And everyone from my job was so supportive when I told them that I was making this shift. I don't think it really came as a surprise to anyone. I've been pursuing this for a long time. And I'm really excited, but also I'm like, now what? I don't know. I do feel like I really burned myself out toward the tail end of trying to juggle all the music stuff and all the corporate stuff, so I keep telling myself that I'm looking forward to not doing anything for a while and just kind of coasting off savings for a little bit and just resting. But like I said, I jumped from the job to just straight into tour prep and going on tour. So it's not like I've really had a substantial amount of rest. Um, I've rested, especially like we've had 2 weeks of a break in between the last tour leg and the tour leg that we're going on the 31st, and that's been nice. I've been like really trying to take advantage of that time to chill. I did play a couple shows in between, but nothing crazy. But even then, man, I still feel beat. And it's hard to feel like you're doing enough, especially when all of your time is in your own hands. And when you are the sole person responsible for keeping yourself afloat, I guess. Like I said, I'm not panicked about it. Like, I'm comfortable and I'm set. And I intend to continue to be. I know myself, there's a certain standard of living that I am not willing to fall under. And if we start approaching that level, then, I've got to figure things out. But I'm proud of myself for having given myself the time and space I need to step into this new version of myself. Who is full-time musician Kier? I don't know yet. We're still figuring that out. But also, full-time musician Kier is not fully rested Kier yet. So I also need to figure that out. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten an adequate amount of rest on paper. Like, almost 2 weeks of basically doing nothing. But I don't know. It's not complete rest if your mind isn't rested as well. So I could definitely use some more grounding. I don't know. It can be hard. It can be challenging to feel like you're ever doing enough. And I think that's a product of the society that we live in, that we inherit that feeling. And I want to make a conscious choice otherwise, because I know on paper I may not be doing as much as Betty Joe over here. I don't know. But I know I'm doing my best. And that's just gotta be enough. Because the only one that who decides that that's enough is me. So if I don't think that's enough, then no one else is gonna think that's enough. And I'm trying to resist the temptation of trying to put on a face or appear like I'm booked and busy all the time, because it makes me feel important. Because I don't know. I'm still figuring all this out, and that's okay. I think when I pressed record on this video, I was hoping that I would figure something out. But I don't think I did, and I also think that's okay. I think I was afraid of coming online and of people knowing that I don't have it all figured out. I am afraid of falling flat on my ass publicly. I'm afraid of, boldly telling people that I'm chasing after my dreams and I'm a full-time musician now, and boldly asking people for support, and that it would backfire on me somehow, that I would humiliate myself, and that, I don't know, people wouldn't want to be there and support me anymore. I don't want people to feel like they misplaced their trust or something. I don't know. And also, like, talking about all this makes me feel really self-centered and self-obsessed. Like, why am I not out volunteering at a food drive or something? Why am I just contemplating my existence by myself in a way that may or may not be productive? I don't really know. But also, it's like, I can't pour into other people if I'm not really fully taking care of myself, so this is probably necessary. I don't know. I just want to take better care of myself. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all those things. And yeah. I mean, I just surpassed a big hurdle by telling people that I'm chasing my dream. So, yeah, I'm a full-time musician now. I made a Patreon page. Might do some stuff there. So, I guess I'll put a link to that in my bio or something. And I also, if you're interested in supporting me, I do have a link on my website where you can donate. Yeah. I'm just excited to be myself for a little while. Forever. That's all you can be. I am just ready to feel like I'm coming home to myself. I think that's it. Have a great day.